Hey guys, welcome back to Total Rebuilds and welcome to episode 7 of the Mark 1 TT build. In this episode we're going to be tackling the cam cover gaskets and trying to solve that issue with the oil leaking into the spark plug holes. Order of the day is to get the rocker cover gaskets done. There's a little bit of seepage around here. There's a lot of seepage under where this tensioner is here, so obviously the tensioner seal's gone. So what I've done, I've clipped the cam belt cover off. I've removed the turbo pipe and the brackets. I've removed the catch can pipe as well. So, and obviously the N249 system, everything else, all the pipe work's been moved out of the way. I've removed the coil packs, you can see up there. Now it's a case of dropping off these 10 mils, there and there and there, and some down the back, in order to get this cover off. We'll give this a good clean of paint. We'll get it put back on with new gaskets, seals and everything else. So off we go. Bolts are pretty easy to access, apart from the middle rear and the rear right. They're a bit tricky, so you need a flexible head on your ratchet to get to them. Now just be careful when you're doing this, just make sure you don't drop the bolts, because it'd be a nightmare to get away. You ain't going to get them back, are you, if you're dropping down the back. Beautiful. Cam's looking nice. Now, before we start removing any of this, there's a marker here, and then there's a marker on that cam cap there, and there should be, I think it's 16 links. 16 link bars between the two, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, perfect. So that intake timing's bang on. You can see here, look, where this gasket's stretched over time, and that's what has lifted and caused the leak. The exterior gasket itself actually don't look too bad. The outer gasket on a whole was pretty much intact, and to be fair, probably could have got away without changing that, but obviously in our case it was the inner gasket around the spark plugs that had failed. Right, now we've got everything cleaned up and out of the way. I've put the new centre gasket in. It goes around the middle here. I've just screwed the chain tensioner in. So what we need to do is tighten that down, undo, I think it's these three and that one there, to give us access to the tensioner gasket and the half moon gasket underneath. Now these tensioner bolts apparently are 7 foot-pounds tight. I don't believe for a second. I about broke this tool trying to remove them. So I've just done them as tight as what I can physically do them back up when I've done them back up. The best way I found of doing this bit is leaving the last screw, which is this one here, till the very end, and then if you gradually undo it slowly, it gives you some control over how quick the tensioner lifts up. Let's prise that up and away. Disconnect this a minute. So that goes in that way. Seen better days. And there's the half moon just down there, which I'm hoping will just pop out. Also, by leaving that screw number 4 in place, it allows you to be able to manipulate the tensioner without the worry that it's going to jump the teeth on the cam and upset the timing. And no, you're not seeing things. There is another half moon seal, that green one there. You can see top of the battery cover. They don't tell you about that one, but it does pop out. There's no replacement for it, so just make sure you don't damage it. Although that particular gasket comes with some blue sealant on it already, make sure you put some additional RTV on that tensioner seal. Now when replacing both the half moon seals, the mistake I made here is by not putting RTV on them. I had to go back and reseal them, so make sure you put RTV in the hole before you put the half moon in. Right, I'll count the number again between here and between there and there. So 1 rod, 2 rods, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect, so the time isn't altered. That's awesome. So now I need to put this other new gasket back in, which we'll just use the locating studs for. Not too far down one side. That's it. Nope. Let's make sure that's lying nicely there. That's set in the channel. Now we need to put some RTV in each corner, and I think from memory it's around this half moon, either side of this half moon seal I think, but I'll go double check that anyway. RTV, funnily enough I borrowed this out of the sump kit that we're going to be doing next. I put a blob here, a blob here, a blob in that corner, a blob in this corner, one there, one at the top here, one either side of the half moon where the seal sits in. So now we can drop the cam cover back on. It's a little bit wet paint wise still, but hopefully it's dry enough for me to get it bolted down. Not the best job in the world, don't judge me, I'm no painter. Definitely no painter. Now there is a prescribed pattern for doing these nuts up. So you start in the middle, then work your way to the outer edges, working diagonally back inwards, which you'll see here. Just make sure you follow it, and just go around, keep tightening them up, because as you tighten the rest of them up, the others will slacken off. Once you got to a point where they're all relatively hand tight, just get your torque wrench, set it to 10 Newton meters, and go around and click it all up. Maybe do it 3 or 4 times just to make sure they're all torqued. And guys, don't forget we have a live Q&A scheduled for Tuesday the 2nd of May at 9 PM GMT. So fire over any questions you've got, no holds barred, so to speak, and we'll get them out, and hopefully you'll kind of get to know me and get to know my plans for the channel going forwards. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And guys, if you like my content and regularly follow my YouTube, then please go over and check my Instagram out, which is totalrebuilds_official. You'll find loads of daily updates over there and loads of additional content. And just like that, it's back together. Still not too bad, to be fair. I'm hoping I've got everything back together right, and I've tightened everything up where I need to tighten it up. There's only one way to find out. Let's get it started. It's been about 2.5 hours, so the RTV should have had a chance to seal. You can see some down there on the side. Let's give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. Well, we're back up and running. That blow on the exhaust sounds like it's getting worse. Just checking I've connected that back up. Yeah, I am. That sounds smooth enough. good to me. Bit of a mission, that one. Probably took me about 2.5 hours to complete, so all in all, not too bad really. But anyway, on the next episode, we'll be tackling the oil sump and the oil pickup, getting that sorted out. I was going to do it all in one video, but this is taking a little bit longer than what I thought. But hopefully it's been informative. If you find it useful, please hit the like and don't forget to subscribe. Catch you on the next one, guys. Cheers.